is where we are used to the ATF knocking on doors or kicking in doors. We always hear
the rule was necessary in part because it needed to address inconsistency.
If we get it, somebody makes a large gun purchase, and then a lot of times we've been there like, oh, those guns got taken.
At a time, received this interesting little visit from two members of the ATF as well as local.
Just scratch them off, and that way, because I know you're going to see this again.
Yeah, we can just write which ones you just bought, and so we save a trip.
Well, I think that, Mr. Chairman, as a prosecutor, I just want to be accurate.
Okay, so I spent a year doing videos saying, hey, don't worry, the ATF's probably not going to be knocking on your doors.
When the ATF or the local sheriff's office knocks on your door, you want to know what your rights are. Number 3. Consent. Protecting your rights. Encounters with law enforcement can be tense, and understanding your rights is crucial to navigating these situations effectively. One key aspect is the concept of consent, especially when it comes to allowing law enforcement into your home. Your home is considered your castle, and once law enforcement crosses the threshold, the dynamics of the encounter change significantly. The legal term for the boundary between law enforcement and private property is often referred to as a force field, a metaphorical line that once crossed alters the dynamics of the interaction. Whether it's raining, hot, or cold, law enforcement may request entry, and individuals should be aware of their rights and exercise caution in granting consent. The idea that your home is your castle is at its zenith when it comes to maintaining privacy and protecting your rights.
That is where we are used to the ATF knocking on doors or kicking in doors. We always hear...
Okay, that's all I'm doing is verifying that, look, verifying that you have it. You got 2 different purchases.
Have detailed that history, and there were inconsistencies. However, there was also a situation...
Okay, so the issue we're talking about should not be that unfamiliar to you.
Consent can be expressed both verbally and non-verbally, and it's essential to understand the implications of each. Verbal consent, such as saying, "Hey officer, come inside," is straightforward, but individuals should be cautious and consider the potential consequences before granting access. Non-verbal consent, like holding open the door or gesturing for law enforcement to enter, can also be legally binding. Officers are trained to seek consent in various ways, including seemingly innocuous requests to enter due to weather conditions, so individuals must exercise caution and be aware of their rights in such situations. Living with someone else adds complexity to encounters with law enforcement. Spouses, partners, roommates, or family members may not be fully aware of the situation or their rights, leading to inadvertent compromises. It is crucial for individuals to communicate openly with those they share their living space with and establish a unified approach to dealing with law enforcement visits. Educating everyone in the household about their rights can prevent misunderstandings and ensure a collective understanding of when and how consent should be granted. Many encounters involve individuals who may not fully comprehend their rights, assuming that the presence of law enforcement implies automatic permission to enter. This misconception can lead to unintended compromises of privacy. By sharing knowledge about legal rights, individuals can empower themselves and their household members, fostering a greater understanding of when and how to assert their rights during police encounters.
Do you feel more comfortable?
I'm okay. I didn't expect...
Oh, no, but listen...
Apply to register whether or not the application is ruled on. They're allowed to keep the item.
It just came up, I'm telling you. That's why we came here. Look, there's an email from the federal side saying...
Entire time so that they're not held accountable.
If they don't do that and the timeline runs out, what happens to those individuals? They know what...
Yep.
That's it. It'll take 5 seconds.
The reason we're out here is we're obviously gun violence.
Number 2. Understanding the plain sight. In encounters with law enforcement, being aware of legal doctrines such as plain sight is crucial to safeguarding your rights and privacy. This doctrine, often associated with car searches, extends to homes and can significantly impact the outcome of police interactions. The plain sight doctrine is a legal principle that allows law enforcement to take action if they observe illegal or suspicious items in plain view during a lawful interaction. This concept is especially relevant in scenarios where contraband or evidence of illegal activity is visible without the need for a search warrant. The doctrine applies to both vehicles and homes, and individuals should exercise caution to prevent inadvertent exposure of potentially incriminating items. Consider a situation where you're driving in a state where marijuana consumption is illegal. If law enforcement notices marijuana crumbs or any other illegal substance visible on your dashboard or in the back seat, they may have legal grounds to conduct a search based on the plain sight doctrine. It is essential to regularly inspect and clean your vehicle to minimize the risk of inadvertently exposing items that could lead to legal consequences. The plain sight doctrine is not confined to vehicles. It can also be applied to homes. If law enforcement, while approaching your home, sees something illegal or suspicious through a window, they may be justified in taking further action.
If you can unload them and bring them out, or you can go out to your foyer here, check them out, fight serial number, and we're out of here.
Rule was necessary in part because it needed to address inconsistency.
At a time, received this interesting little visit from two members of the ATF as well as local.
We get it, somebody makes it a large gun purchase, and then a lot of times we've been there like, oh, those guns got taken.
Letters that were not.
Have you ever found, has the ATF ever found itself in this position where a rule change
said, yes, when you do purchase more than one firearm at a time, no matter where the FFL is, no matter what.
This underscores the importance of maintaining privacy within your residence and being mindful of what is visible from the outside. Individuals should be aware that plain sight is not limited to visual observations. In some cases, olfactory stimuli, such as the smell of contraband or illegal substances, may also trigger law enforcement action. For instance, if officers detect the scent of marijuana emanating from your home, it could potentially provide them with legal grounds to investigate further. To safeguard your privacy, it is crucial to be vigilant about what is in plain sight, both inside your vehicle and within your home. Regularly inspect and clean your living spaces to minimize the risk of inadvertent exposure to illegal or suspicious items. Understanding the implications of plain sight empowers individuals to take proactive measures to protect their rights during encounters with law enforcement.
There is no reason for you to be consenting to a search. Remember,
I'll go get them.
Okay.
Okay.
We will wait out here.
Okay.
We will stay out here.
Okay.
You can lock yourself in there.
To do one of several things. They can either detach the brace from the firearm.
Your responsibility to get out of the way so that they can in fact execute the warrant. But if they're at your front door,
Just scratch them off, and that way, because I know we don't see this place again.
Yeah, we can just write which ones you just bought, and so we save a trip.
Well, I think that, Mr. Chairman, as a prosecutor, I just want to be accurate.
Number 1. Navigating warrants and exigent circumstances. Understanding the legal aspects of warrants and exigent circumstances is crucial when it comes to protecting your rights in encounters with law enforcement. Probable cause is a legal standard that plays a pivotal role in law enforcement activities. Distinguishing it from reasonable suspicion is essential for individuals seeking to comprehend their rights. Probable cause involves a detailed analysis that establishes a strong likelihood that a crime has occurred or is ongoing. In contrast, reasonable suspicion is a lower threshold, allowing law enforcement to make limited inquiries based on specific, articulable facts. Warrants, often portrayed in movies, grant law enforcement permission to conduct searches within a specified scope. The cover sheet of a warrant outlines the areas authorized for search, be it a garage, specific rooms, or the entire premises. Individuals served with a warrant should be aware of their rights. It is advisable not to obstruct the execution of the warrant, but simultaneously, one is not required to consent to additional searches or seizures beyond the warrant's scope.
A multiple self-report. He comes to us and we have to check him out. That's all that is. He did nothing wrong.
That's I agree
millions
with that
of Americans
summary
aren't,
of where
millions
we
of
are.
Americans aren't going to be impacted.
okay, so I spent a year doing videos saying, hey, don't worry, the ATF's probably not going to be knocking on your doors.
Make sure this guy's got his gun. Now, if he recently just purchased a whole bunch of guns, if we can look at them and just...
Inconsistency. The market is dynamic. It was necessary to do what notice and comment rulemaking.
In addition to the warrant itself, law enforcement typically provides an affidavit at the scene detailing the probable cause supporting the issuance of the warrant. The contents of this document may vary by state, and individuals are entitled to it on a case-by-case basis. Even if a warrant is later deemed invalid in court, it is crucial not to obstruct it during execution, as doing so may lead to criminal charges. Exigent circumstances provide an exception to the warrant requirement, allowing law enforcement to enter a residence without prior judicial authorization. These circumstances typically involve emergency situations, such as an imminent threat to life or serious property damage, preventing a suspect's quick escape or preserving evidence. Individuals should be aware that there is no fixed litmus test for determining exigency. Each case is evaluated based on the information available to law enforcement. To address exigent circumstances, individuals must understand the three main scenarios: immediate danger, example a medical emergency, witnessing an attack, or preventing a suspect's imminent escape. While exigent circumstances may seem straightforward, individuals should not obstruct law enforcement in these situations. Instead, clarifying that they are not consenting to additional searches or seizures beyond what is necessary for addressing the emergency preserves their rights. Empowering individuals. In today's society, education and awareness about the law and law enforcement tactics are paramount to safeguarding individual rights. The overarching message underscores the importance of individuals being aware of their rights and the potential dangers of engaging with law enforcement without a clear understanding of the legal landscape. This knowledge allows individuals to make informed decisions, exercise their rights confidently, and seek legal counsel if necessary. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.